I twisted the engagement ring on my finger, watching the diamond catch the afternoon light streaming through our bedroom window. 2 weeks, just 2 weeks until I became Mrs. Ethan Clark. Maya, you coming down? Dinner's ready. Ethan called. From downstairs, 1 second, I stared at my reflection. 26 years old, good job, amazing fiancé. Everything looked perfect. Everything was perfect. My phone buzzed. A text from a name I hadn't seen in months made my stomach flip. Dante Rodriguez. Heard you're getting married, Maya. Congrats. My crew's throwing me a bachelor party tonight at the Underground. Last night of freedom for both of us, I guess. I should have deleted it. I should have shown Ethan. Instead, I just stood there, heart pounding, that old dangerous feeling creeping back. My phone rang. Jade. Hey, so I was thinking for your bachelorette party. Yeah, sounds great, I said barely. Listening. You okay? You sound weird. Just tired. Wedding planning, you know? Well, Nina and I are free tonight if you want to grab drinks and decompress. I looked at Dante's message again. Last night of freedom. Actually, yeah, that sounds good. After I hung up, I stared at the text for another minute. Then I typed. What time? 3 dots appeared immediately. 10 p.m. See you there, Maya. I deleted the conversation and went downstairs. Ethan was setting the table, his smile warm and genuine. There's my beautiful bride, he said, pulling me close and kissing. My forehead. The guilt hit immediately, but I pushed it down somewhere deep. I'm going out with Jade and Nina tonight, girls' night. Wedding stress relief. Good idea. You've been working so hard on everything. He tucked a strand of hair behind my ear. I love you. I love you too. The light tasted like ash in my mouth. By 9:45 p.m., I was standing outside the Underground. The bass vibrated through the sidewalk. I'd been here so many times with Dante back in college, back when I was reckless, when I stayed out until sunrise and didn't care about tomorrow. I texted. Jade, at the club with Nina, see you soon. Another lie. They piled up so easily. Inside, the darkness swallowed me. Strobe lights, bodies pressed together. The smell of expensive cologne and spilled liquor. I found the VIP section, and there he was, Dante, surrounded by his friends Marco and Tommy. Women draped over them like accessories. When Dante saw me, he stood up fast, that dangerous smile spreading across his face. Maya, he pulled me into a hug that lasted way too long. I knew you'd come. I'm just here to say goodbye properly. Close the chapter. Sure you are. His hand settled on my lower back. Come on, sit, have a drink. It's just a drink. Marco Wolf whistled. Damn, Dante, this the girl you couldn't forget? This is Maya, Dante said, his eyes never leaving mine. The one who got away. A bottle girl named Jessica appeared with champagne. She was beautiful, red lips, tight dress, confident smile. Girl, you look amazing, she said, pouring me a glass. What's the occasion? Getting married in 2 weeks, I said. Oh shit, really? She glanced at Dante, then back at me. Well, drink. Up then, last night of freedom, right? That phrase again. Freedom, asterisk, the champagne kept coming. Jessica refilled my glass every time it got low, and I stopped counting after the third one. Remember that night we crashed that rooftop party in Brooklyn? Dante said, his hands still on my lower back, fingers tracing small circles. You were wearing that red dress, and that was a long time ago. Was it, though? He leaned closer, his breath warm against my ear. Remember when we used to be fearless? Before you decided to play it safe? I grew up, Dante, that's what. People do, did you? His eyes challenged me. Or did you just start pretending to be someone you're not? The words hit harder than they should have. I thought about Ethan's careful planning, his spreadsheets for our budget, his 5-year plan, stable, secure, safe. Boring. No, not boring, mature, adult. Your fiancé, Tommy said, laughing, he one of those guys who wears khakis on the weekend? He's an architect. He's successful and kind and boring, Dante finished. You can say it, Maya, he's boring. He's good. There's a difference. Is there? Dante's hand moved to my waist. Because you're here right now, with me. Not with him. Jessica appeared again, leaning close with a conspiratorial whisper. Girl, your man is fine. Ethan who? She giggled and topped off my glass. The alcohol made everything feel fuzzy, justified. Made the voice in my head that screamed stop sound distant and unimportant. "Wanna go somewhere quieter?" Dante asked. "Just to talk, catch up properly." I should have said no. I should have gone home. Okay, just to talk. He led me through the crowd, his hand in mine. We passed Carlos, the club manager, who nodded at us with this knowing look that made my skin crawl. Up the stairs to a private room with leather couches and dim lighting. Remember our first kiss? Dante closed the door behind us. Right here, actually, this same room. Dante, I never forgot you, Maya. Never stopped thinking about what we had. We were kids. We were reckless and stupid, and we were alive. He stepped closer. When's the last time you felt alive? Then he kissed me. I should have pushed him away. Should have run. But I didn't. I kissed him back like I was trying to prove something to him, to myself, to the boring future I was about to commit to. Like if I could just have this one moment of recklessness, I could go back to being the perfect fiancé tomorrow. What happened next happened fast. Too fast to take back. 20 minutes that would destroy everything. Afterward, sitting on that couch with my dress wrinkled and my lipstick smeared everywhere, reality crashed over me like freezing water. What had I done? What had I done? Dante was already getting dressed, checking his phone casually. This doesn't change anything, right? My voice shook. This was just closure, just saying goodbye. He looked at me with something like pity. Sure, Maya, whatever helps you sleep at night. Dante, I'm serious. No one can know about this. Relax. Who am I going to tell? I rushed out, past Carlos's knowing smile, past Jessica waving cheerfully, past Marco and Tommy who were too drunk to notice me. In my car, I sat for 30 minutes, crying until I couldn't see straight. I called Jade. Hey, where are you? Hey, where are you? Hey, where are you? I thought we were Jade. My voice broke. I did something terrible. What? Maya, what happened? I need you to tell me how to fix this. Fix what? You're scaring me. I cheated on Ethan. Silence. Long, horrible silence. Tell him, she finally said. Right now, Maya, tell him before he finds out another way. I can't. It'll destroy him. It'll destroy us. Maya, secrets like this don't stay buried. They explode. They always explode. It was one mistake. One stupid, drunken mistake. If I tell him, our wedding is over. Everything we built is over. It's already over. You just don't know it yet. But I didn't listen. I went home, showered until my skin was raw, scrubbing like I could wash away the guilt. Then I climbed into bed next to Ethan. He wrapped his arm around me, pulling me close, murmuring, "Missed you." I lay there in the dark, his heartbeat steady against my back, knowing I'd just betrayed the best person I'd ever known and hating myself for it. The next morning, I jumped when Ethan's alarm went off. Every sound felt too loud, every movement too suspicious. Coffee? He asked, kissing my cheek. Yeah, thanks. At breakfast, I couldn't look at him. I pushed scrambled eggs around my plate while he talked about work, about his meeting with a new client, about the honeymoon resort he'd booked. Maya, you listening? Sorry, what? You okay? You seem distracted. Just wedding stress, I lied, forcing a smile. Your mom called 3 times yesterday about flower arrangements. Mom's just excited. She's always wanted a daughter. He reached across the table, taking my hand. Soon she have you. The guilt twisted deeper. My phone buzzed. Jade, did you tell him? I deleted the message. The next few days were torture. Every phone notification made me flinch. Every time Ethan looked at me, I wondered if he somehow knew. You sure you're okay? He asked Wednesday night while we reviewed sitting charts. You've been quiet. Wedding planning is overwhelming. We can hire someone to handle more of this if you need. No, I want to do it. I want everything perfect. Perfect. What a joke. Nothing would ever be perfect again. Jake kept texting. You need to tell him. Maya, I'm serious. This will come out, but Dante hadn't contacted me. Maybe he felt as guilty as I did. Maybe we both just pretend it never happened. Thursday evening, Ethan came home with Ryan and his brother Andrew. They sprawled on our couch with beers, planning Ethan's bachelor party. So we're thinking upscale whiskey tasting, Ryan said. Maybe that new place downtown. Classy, sophisticated, very Ethan. Andrew laughed. Not like those crazy bachelor parties where guys get in trouble. You sure you want to tie yourself down? Man? Ryan grinned, nudging Ethan. Once you say I do, it's game over. No more freedom. Ethan's eyes found mine across the room. I've never been more sure of anything in my life. The words hit like knives. That night I had a nightmare. I was standing at the altar in my wedding dress, but when I looked down, the white fabric was stained with blood. Red spreading across the silk, impossible to hide. I turned to run, but Dante was standing at the back of the church, holding up. His phone showing everyone what I'd done. I woke up gasping. Hey, it's okay. Ethan pulled me close, stroking my hair. Just a bad dream. Pre-wedding jitters, right? Yeah, sorry. Don't be sorry. He kissed my forehead. Whatever happens, I've got you, always. Always, such a beautiful lie. I wanted to believe love could survive anything. Wanted to believe that if he really loved me, one mistake wouldn't matter. But deep down, I knew the truth. I hadn't just made a mistake. I planted a bomb in the foundation of our relationship. And somewhere out there, someone had their finger on the trigger. Asterisk Friday morning, my phone rang while I was at work. Ethan's name flashed across the screen and something in my chest went cold. Hey, what's up? Maya, his voice sounded wrong, flat, empty. Can you come home? We need to talk. What's wrong? Did something happen? Just come home, please. Ethan, you're scaring me. Now Maya. The line went dead. I grabbed my purse, told my boss I had an emergency, and drove home with my hands shaking so badly I could barely hold the steering wheel. 20 minutes felt like 20 hours dot. When I walked into our apartment, Ethan was sitting on the couch, not moving. Just sitting there with his phone in his hands, staring at nothing. Ethan? Baby, what's wrong? He held up his phone without looking. At me, someone sent me a video. The room tilted. What? From the underground. Last Friday night. His voice was eerily calm, which terrified me more than screaming would have. You told me you were with Jade. The video shows you going upstairs with some guy. He finally looked at me and his eyes were dead. Then it cuts to you. Two coming down separately 20 minutes later. You're adjusting your dress. He's smiling. I couldn't breathe. Couldn't think. Who sent you this? Does it matter? Ethan, tell me it's not what it looks like. Now I heard the crack in his voice, the desperate hope. Tell me this is some mistake, that there's an explanation. Please, Maya, please tell me you didn't. I wanted to lie. God, I wanted to lie so badly. Ethan, I'm so sorry. He stood up so fast the phone clattered to the floor. Don't you dare say those words to me right now. It was a mistake. It meant nothing. I was drunk and stupid and confused. He laughed and it was the most painful sound I'd ever heard. You were confused about whether you wanted to marry me, so you fucked your ex-boyfriend? It wasn't like that. Then what was it like, Maya? He was shouting now, his face red, tears streaming down his cheeks. Help me understand how the woman I was going to marry, the woman I trusted with my entire fucking life, ended up in some club with another man. I don't know. I was crying too, ugly sobs that made it hard to talk. I don't know why I did it. I wasn't thinking. Please, Ethan, please let me fix this. Fix this? He stared at me like I was a stranger. How do you fix betrayal? How do? You fix the fact that you looked me in the eye every day this week and lied? That you climbed into our bed like nothing happened? I made a mistake. A mistake is forgetting to buy milk. A mistake is showing up late. This, he gestured wildly. This was a choice. You chose to go there, chose to lie to me. Chose to follow him upstairs, chose to throw away everything we built. The door opened. Ryan walked and Ethan must have called him before calling me. He looked at me with pure disgust. Ethan, come on. Let's go. Get out, Ryan said to me quietly. Before he does something he regrets, please. I reached for Ethan, but he stepped back like my touch would burn him. Please don't do this. I love you so much. It was one mistake. One terrible, stupid mistake. Please don't throw away 3 years. I'm not throwing anything away, Ethan said, his voice breaking. You already did that. The moment you touched him, you destroyed us. Ethan, get out of my apartment now. This is my apartment too. Get out. His scream echoed through the room. Get out before I say something I can't take back. Ryan took my arm, guiding me toward the door. I grabbed my purse, still crying, still begging. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please, Ethan, please. The door slammed in my face. I stood in the hallway, shaking, my entire world crumbling around me, and the worst part? I deserved every second of it. Asterisk, I ended up at Jade's apartment, crying so hard I thought I'd throw up. She held me on her couch while I told her everything. I told you to tell him first, she said sadly, stroking my hair. Now someone else controlled the narrative. Who would do this? Who filmed me? Does it matter? Maya, you need to prepare yourself. If someone sent it to Ethan, my phone exploded with notifications. Text after text after text. Unknown number. Homewrecker unknown number. How could you do that to him? Sophie, how could you? Patricia, you disgrace. How dare you? My son deserves so much better. I opened Instagram. The video was there, posted publicly, my name tagged. Hundreds of shares already. Oh God, no. Jade grabbed my phone. Her face went pale. Maya ... let me see. Don't look at the comments. I snatched it back and scrolled. She looks so innocent in her engagement photos. Just proves you can't trust anyone. Feel bad for the guy. Dodged a bullet though. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Gold digger thought she could have both the bad boy and the rich guy. That's what happens when you let basic girls think they're special, my mother called. Maya, what is this video everyone's sending me? Please tell me this isn't you. Mom, your father's in his study. He won't come out. Maya, what have you done? My cousin Lily texted, everyone's talking about you. This is everywhere. The whole family's seen it. Nina tried defending me online. But people just attacked her too. Nina, stop, I begged when she came over. Don't get dragged into this. But they're being cruel. I deserve it. That afternoon, the wedding venue called. Miss Martinez? Mr. Clark has canceled the event. Unfortunately, the deposits are non-refundable. My parents' deposits. Thousands of dollars, gone. My father called next. For the first time in my life, he sounded disappointed instead of angry. Maya, I taught you better than this. I know, Dad. That boy was good to you. He loved you. He wanted to build a life with you. I know. Then why? I don't know. I was crying again. I don't know why I did it. Neither do one. He hung up. By evening, my boss, Mrs. Henderson, called. Maya, I'm so sorry, but with the video circulating and your name attached to our company on your social media profiles, the board feels it's best if we part ways. You're firing me. We're letting you go, yes. This isn't the image we want to project. I'm sure you understand. Please, Mrs. Henderson, I need this job. I'm sorry, your final paycheck will be mailed. I sat on Jade's floor, surrounded by the ruins of my life. Fiancé gone, job gone, reputation destroyed, family disappointed, friends scattered. In less than 48 hours, I'd lost everything. Is this rock bottom? I whispered. Jade squeezed my hand but didn't answer, because we both knew I could still fall further. Sunday morning, I woke up to a notification that made my blood run cold. Ethan Clark invited you to an event, Liberation Party, the venue, the Grand Hotel rooftop. The same place our wedding reception was supposed to be. The description, celebrating my freedom from a liar. Everyone's invited to watch me burn the past and move forward. There will be a special presentation. He wouldn't, I whispered. Jade read over my shoulder. Oh, he would. And honestly, Maya, can you blame him? I have to go. No, you don't. Stay. Here, don't give him the satisfaction. I deserve whatever he's planning. I need to face it. That evening, I put on a simple black dress and drove to the Grand Hotel with Jade protesting the entire way. The rooftop was packed. Our friends, Ethan's family, people I didn't even recognize. When I stepped off the elevator, every conversation stopped. Everyone turned to stare. The silence was deafening. Ethan stood on a small stage area, microphone in hand, looking devastatingly handsome in a dark suit. When he saw me, a cold smile crossed his face. Ah, the guest of honor has arrived. His voice echoed through the speakers. Everyone, Maya's here. Please give her a round of applause. Slow mocking claps. People smirking. Some recording on their phones. I wanted the ground to swallow me whole. I invited you all here tonight to celebrate something important, Ethan continued. Honesty, truth, loyalty. For 3 years, I thought I found those things. I thought I was building a life with someone who valued the same things I did. He pressed a button. Behind him, a massive screen lit up with photos. Us kissing, us laughing. Screenshots of my text. I can't wait to marry you. You're my forever. I'm the luckiest woman alive. This, he said, pointing at the screen, is what a lie looks like. Every I love you, every promise, every plan. We made for our future. All of it lies. Ethan, please, I started, but my voice cracked. Ryan appeared with a cardboard box. He walked to where I stood and dumped it at my feet. My clothes, my books, our couple photos torn in half, my toothbrush. Everything I'd left at his apartment treated like trash. You don't get to rewrite this story, Ethan said, his eyes boring into mine with pure hatred. You don't get to play the victim or ask for forgiveness. Everyone here knows what you did. Everyone here knows you're a liar and a cheat. Patricia stood up from her seat near the front. My son gave you everything. Her voice shook with emotion. We welcomed you into our family. We loved you. And you betrayed all of us. You don't deserve him, Andrew added. You never did. Sophie was crying. I called you my sister. Everywhere I turned, faces filled with judgment, disgust, some lips satisfied. Like they'd known all along I wasn't good enough. I'm sorry. I choked out, tears streaming down my face. I'm so sorry. Save it, Ethan said coldly. Your apologies mean nothing. They're as fake as everything else about you. Please, I made a mistake. No. His voice dropped low, dangerous. You made a choice, and now you get to live with it. Just like I have to live with the humiliation of everyone knowing my fiancé preferred someone else. I didn't prefer him, then. Why'd you fuck him? Ethan's voice cracked. Why'd you throw away 3 years for 20 minutes with your ex? Was I boring? Not exciting enough? Not dangerous enough? I couldn't answer. Couldn't speak through the sobs. That's what I thought. He straightened his shoulders. Now get out. You're not welcome here, and you're sure as hell not welcome in my life ever again. Ryan took my arm. Come on, time to go. I looked back one more time. Ethan had turned away, surrounded by friends and family comforting him. I'd done that. I'd turned the kindest man I knew into someone filled with rage and pain. Jade drove me back to her place while I cried in the passenger seat. He had every right, I whispered. I know. I deserve this. I know. How do I live with this? She didn't answer. Because she didn't know either. I moved back to my parents' house the next day. My childhood bedroom felt like a tomb, walls covered in old photos of a girl who believed in happily ever after. That girl was dead now. You need to eat something, my mother said, bringing soup I couldn't taste. I'm not hungry. Maya, you can't starve yourself. Why not? What's the point? She sat on the edge of my bed, looking older than I remembered. The point is that life continues, even when you don't want it to. But she didn't understand. Every morning felt like drowning. I spent days in bed, scrolling through social media, watching Ethan's life continue without me. He posted photos of himself traveling, smiling with friends. Moving on. Every picture felt like a knife. I tried to find work, but every interview ended the same way. Thank you for coming in, Miss Martinez. We'll be in touch. They never were. Someone always recognized my name. Had seen the video. Didn't want that kind of person representing their company. Jade and Nia were the only friends who still talked. To me, everyone else chose Ethan's side. Brooke, my best friend from high school, sent one final message. I looked up to you. You were supposed to be one of the good ones. Don't contact me again. I tried reaching Ethan, called from different numbers. Sent emails. Even wrote a handwritten letter begging for a chance to explain, to apologize properly. Nothing. Complete silence. He blocked me everywhere and told everyone else to do the same. I was erased, like I'd never existed. I don't understand, my mother said one afternoon, her voice tight with frustration. How could you throw away someone like Ethan for what? A night of recklessness? I don't understand it either, Mom. Then help me understand, Maya. Make it make sense. I can't. I pulled my knees to my chest. I've been asking myself the same question every single day. Was it fear? Cold feet? Some kind of self-destructive? I don't know. I screamed. I don't know why I did it. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know anything anymore. She left me alone after that. 3 months later, I gained 20 pounds from depression and lost most of my savings. I was taking anxiety medication just to leave my bedroom. One night, I stood in the bathroom staring at the bottle of pills in my shaking hands. How many would it take? How many to make this pain stop? Would anyone even care? The door crashed open. Jade, eyes wild, breathing hard. Don't you dare. She ripped the bottle from my hands. Don't you fucking dare, Maya. I can't do this anymore. Yes, you can. Everyone hates me. I hate me. What's the point? The point, her voice broke. The point is that you're 26 years old and you made a terrible mistake, but it doesn't mean you deserve to die. Doesn't it? No. She pulled me into a tight hug. It means you need to learn and grow and become someone better. But you can't do that if you're dead. I don't know how to be better. I don't know who I am anymore. Then that's where we start. She held my face in her hands, not by ending things, by beginning something new. I cried in her arms for what felt like hours. For the first time since everything fell apart, I felt like maybe there was a way forward, even if I couldn't see it yet. 6 months after the worst night of my life, I was working at Dixon's coffee shop, the only place that would hire me, when Nina burst through the door. Have you seen the news about Dante? No, I don't follow anything from that night anymore. She shoved her phone in my face. A news article with Dante's mugshot. Underground club raided, multiple arrests in drug trafficking ring. I stared at the screen. Processing. Dante, Marco, Tommy, Carlos all arrested, Nina said. The club's been under investigation for months. Money laundering, drug trafficking, the whole thing. Oh my God, there's more. She scrolled down. Jessica, that bottle girl, she came forward as part of a plea deal. What? She admitted she filmed you that night. Dante paid her to do it. Told her to send it to Ethan. Nina's voice was soft. He thought it was funny. Some kind of revenge because you've gotten boring after you left him for a stable life. The air left my lungs. What? The prosecutor's using it as evidence of his character. Premeditation to harm others. She felt guilty and came forward. I sat down heavily on a stool behind the counter. Dante had planned it. All of it. The text, the invitation, the private room. He orchestrated my entire humiliation while pretending to feel guilty. Maya, you okay? He set me up, yeah. But I still went there. I still made the choice. I know, but what he did was criminal. You were manipulated and recorded without consent. Part of me felt vindicated. But another part knew the truth. It didn't erase my choices. I'd still betrayed Ethan. Are you going to tell Ethan? Nina asked carefully. Why? It doesn't change what I did. But small towns don't keep secrets. Within days, everyone knew. The comments online shifted slightly. Okay, what Dante did was evil. Still cheated, but being secretly filmed is messed up. That guy's a psychopath. Feel bad for her now. People started reaching out. Not with forgiveness, but with something softer. My old college roommate, Vanessa. I'm sorry for how harshly I judged you. What you did was wrong, but what he did was criminal. I hope you're healing. Mrs. Henderson called. Maya, I heard about Dante Rodriguez and the circumstances. If you're still looking for work, I might have a position available. Part-time to start. Really? Everyone deserves a second chance. Especially when they've been through something like that. Even Patricia sent a brief message through a mutual acquaintance. What Dante did was evil. But you still made your choice. I hope you've learned from this. I hope you've grown. The shift was strange. I wasn't forgiven, but people saw me as human again, flawed, manipulated. But human. Yet the person whose opinion mattered most remained silent. Ethan never reached out. Never acknowledged the news. To him, I was still just the woman who'd betrayed him, and maybe he was right. Maybe the fact that I'd been set up didn't matter. Because at the end of the day, I'd still made the choice to go to that club. I'd still followed Dante. Upstairs, I'd still destroyed the best thing in my life. 1 year after everything fell apart, I was walking through the downtown farmer's market on a Saturday morning. Jade had convinced me to leave the house, to try to live again. That's when I saw him. Ethan stood at a produce stand laughing at something. The vendor said, "He looked different lighter somehow, like a weight had been lifted. He looked happy. My heart stopped. I should have turned around. Should have walked away, but then he turned and our eyes met for a long moment. Neither of us moved. Then he walked over and I braced myself for anger, for hatred, for whatever he still carried. Maya, he said quietly. His voice was neutral. Not warm, but not cold either. Ethan, my hands were shaking. Hi, you look good. Thanks, so do you. We stood there awkwardly. People walked past us, completely unaware of the history between us. I heard you're working at Dixon's Coffee now, he said finally. Getting back on your feet. Trying to. It's been hard. I can imagine. More silence. Then I forced myself to say what I needed to say for a year. I'm sorry. The words tumbled out. I know I've said it before and I know it doesn't change anything, but I need you to know I'm truly deeply sorry. What I did to you was unforgivable. You deserve so much better. He nodded slowly. I did deserve better, and I found it. The words hurt, but I meant what I said next. I'm glad. You deserve to be happy. I heard about Dante, about what he did. The setup. Ethan's jaw tightened. That doesn't excuse what you did, but I'm sorry that happened to you. Nobody deserves to be manipulated like that. Thank you for saying that. We stood there for another moment. Two people who'd once planned a future together, now strangers finding a fragile peace. Take care of yourself, Maya, he said finally. You too. He walked away, back into the crowd, back to his new life. I stood there crying quietly. People glancing at me as they passed, but these weren't tears of despair. They were tears of release. I'd spent a year drowning in shame and regret, convinced I'd never survive it. But seeing Ethan okay, seeing him happy and moving somehow made it possible to believe I might be okay too someday. I wasn't there yet. Not even close, but for the first time, I could see the path forward. And that was enough. 2 years after the worst night of my life, I stood outside a small community center, taking deep breaths before walking inside. Tonight was my first time speaking at a support group for people struggling with the consequences of their own mistakes. You don't have to do this, Jade had said earlier. I know, but I want to. Maybe my story can help someone. Not to excuse what they've done, but to show them life doesn't end at rock bottom, I finished. Inside, 12 people sat in a circle. All of them carrying shame. All of them wondering if they could survive what they'd done. Dr. Martinez, the facilitator, nodded at me. I sat down and began. My name is Maya, and 2 years ago, I destroyed the best relationship I'd ever had. I told them everything, the betrayal, the public humiliation, the job loss, the depression. The night Jade saved my life. I talked about learning to live with consequences while still believing in second chances. I'm not going to tell you I'm completely healed, I said. I'm not married. That man I betrayed never spoke to me again after our final encounter, and honestly, he shouldn't. But I'm alive. I'm working. I'm in therapy. I'm slowly rebuilding trust with my family. A young woman with tears streaming down her face raised her hand. How do you forgive yourself? I don't know if I have, I admitted. But I'm learning that forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting what I did or pretending it wasn't that bad. It means accepting that I made a terrible choice, learning from it, and choosing to be better every single day. After the meeting, she approached me. Thank you. I did something similar, and I've been thinking about ending things, but hearing you. You can survive this, I told her. It won't be easy. People might never forget. But you're more than your worst mistake. Walking to my car, I checked my phone. Nina had sent photos from her wedding last month. I'd been invited not as a bridesmaid like we'd once planned, but as a guest. It was something. My mother, proud of you, sweetheart. Dinner Sunday? Mrs. Henderson, Maya, we're promoting you to assistant manager. You've earned it. I sat in my car looking at my reflection in the rearview mirror. I wasn't the same woman who stood in front of a mirror 2 years ago, admiring her engagement ring and dreaming of a perfect future. That woman was naive, reckless, didn't understand the weight of her choices. This woman, the one looking back at me now, was scarred, humbled. Slowly learning what it meant to truly grow up. The road ahead was still long. I'd probably carry this shame forever. Some days I still woke up hating myself. Some days I still wondered if Ethan ever thought about me, if he ever forgave me in his heart, even if he couldn't say it. But I was walking forward, one step at a time. I'd lost everything 2 years ago: my fiancé, my job, my reputation, my sense of self, but I gained something too. The knowledge that I could survive my worst mistake, that I could face public humiliation, crushing guilt, and suicidal thoughts and still choose to live. I started the car and drove home to my small apartment, the one I'd saved up for, the one I'd earned through months of hard work and rebuilding. Was I happy? Not yet. Maybe not ever in the way I used to understand happiness, but I was alive. I was trying. I was better than I was yesterday. For now, that was enough.